Hey guys, and welcome back to the I Rate Every Car in the Game series. It's been a while, about 2 weeks I think, since I did something like this, so it's nice to get back into the groove of things. So as you can see, I'm trying to look for where all the cars are. Here we go. So last time we left off with BMW, Buick, Bugatti, and Cadillac. In this episode, I'll be rating Caterham, Citroen, DS, and Chevy. So let's start with Caterham. Now, Caterham is one of those cars, if you have in the game, is a definite keeper. Well, if you have the top 6. Caterham is a very light car, the pros for the brand, and the grip values are also very high. Unfortunately, I have not been lucky enough to own one of the good Caterhams. So what are the good Caterhams? It would be this 6, starting from the 7420 to the RS Levante. This one, well, the bottom 4 aren't really that great. The 7360 I do see quite often, and it is definitely a decent car. It goes up to 94, 93 grip, and if you do have it, then yeah, I would recommend keeping it, but it's not anything game-changing. As there are other cars in the B range that can rival this, for example, the Lotus that goes up to 97 grip. I forgot what the name is. But yeah, these 6 are amazing. Obviously, the Superlight R500 is the car you want to go for because this thing can hit 100 grip, and I think 2.3 0 to 60, something like that. This is a fantastic car. Now the pros for Caterham is that they're great for slalom, for twisty circuits, but not necessarily drag races and fast tracks. But they're really good for karting circuits and all that. The JPE, it's a beautiful car. There's a beautiful picture at least. And of course the 620R, it's actually, I would say the 620R is weaker than the Superlight because the Superlight is a lot easier to upgrade compared to the 7620. However, for Caterham, I would recommend the top 6. Next up on our list would be Citroen. Now this is a car that I don't collect and I don't plan to collect, and this is because, well, yeah, it goes up to RQ16, and I collect cars that are, well, way above that. So I don't know much about Citroen. I do see them used maybe once or twice here and there. I see this one used a lot. This is more of like a troll car, I guess. It has low RQ and off-road tires, and it's 4-wheel drive. So although the stats are horrendous, it has good tires and it's all-wheel drive. So I guess you could keep one of these lying around. I mean, I guess it wouldn't really harm. This one's also quite the Joker. I wouldn't recommend keeping it, but I've seen people that have like 10 of these just because it's so bad. If I could recommend any Citroen, however, I wouldn't, because there isn't really anything that I'm interested in here. Moving on to DS. Once again, like Citroen, nothing special. The grip on some of these cars are amazing, and the DS5 I would recommend actually to keep. And this is because it can go up to 89 handling or 90, depends on how you upgrade it, and it has standard tires. So definitely a car that you can have lying around. It's great for uncommon events and challenges. The DS4 is quite good too, standard tires, and the handling is good. But I wouldn't really recommend these two, just because they are so much better standard tire D-class cars out there, most of them coming from Subaru because they're 4-wheel drive. But if you want, good grip for its range and standard tires, then I would recommend DS. Last but not least would be Chevy. Now this is a car brand that I am fond of, so we can start from the bottom. Once again, I don't collect cars in the E and F range, but obviously the Impala SS427 is one of the best, if not the best, uncommon car in the game. If you have it, I do recommend you keep it just because it is a beast in drag race. The Chevrolet Camaro Z28 as well, not a bad contender for drag race, and the grip is slightly better than the 427. So I would recommend both of these, especially the 427. The SS454. Now I think everybody gets this car when they started the game. I decided to keep it just because I'm a fan of this car, but there's nothing special about it. Standard tires is pretty good though. The Monte Carlo, once again, this is a great car for rainy events because of the standard tires, and it has very low 0 to 60. So great for drag races and fast circuits. Definitely not for slalom or anything that requires good grip. However, it's a very fast car and I would recommend it. Of course, the El Camino SS454, probably the most popular D-Class car. It is the best D-Class car for drag races, fast circuits, and all that kind of stuff. Just because, especially drag races, just because it can go to 4.0 to 0 to 60, which is absolutely insane for a D-Class car. I mean, I've seen this car beat like C's and B's and A's. Yeah, I've seen this been an A before in a drag race. So obviously this is a definite keeper. Going on. Now this is where I get a little critical with rating the cars. The Corvette C5, I had this twice, and I actually had one fully maxed out, and I sold it for I think 50k. This is a really disappointing car. It's heavy compared to other, I would say, sport cars. It has low ground clearance, so it's not good for city streets. The handling is okay, it goes up to 89, but it's not really special, and the 0 to 60 for a Corvette is quite disappointing. It is a fast car, however, and it will win you some races. However, I had this for quite a while, and it had a win rate of around 52%. So definitely not a car I would recommend you to keep. However, a car I would recommend you to keep would be the Camaro Convertible. This is because it goes down to under 3 seconds 0 to 60 and over 90 handling, about 90 to 91. What sets this apart from the C5 is that it has medium ground clearance. So it's a lot more useful. You can use it for city streets and karting circuits and all that kind of stuff. It is heavier, however, and I think that's the only problem because the stats, when it's fully maxed out, looks like it's worthy of an RQ22. It has a lot of power, a lot of torque. It's just a very heavy car, and I think that's the downfall. Going on, the Z06, a car I used to own and I fused just because it is not fantastic in any way, shape, or form. The Z06, now this used to be a legendary, an S, and it got demoted quite a bit. It did not go down to an A26 RQ, it got down to an A25 RQ. Now this is a car I have yet to own, however if I do have it, I would enjoy keeping it because it would go up to 97 grip and probably 3.20 to 60, which is not bad at all. Obviously the power and the torque is amazing. Once again, the Lingenfelter. This car is amazing. It is better than the Z06 in my opinion, and if you do have it, I would recommend it's a definite keeper. This goes up to about 96, 97 grip and about 3.1, 3.20 to 60. Fantastic car. And yeah, 616 peak power. Now, my top two favorites, obviously the Z06 is not achievable unless you win the event, and I mean if you do win it, then obviously keep it. But the Camaro Z28 and the Stingray 751. The Camaro, you get this from the campaign, definite keeper. It helps you just so much. I still use it till this day. Goes down to, well, I'll show you my fully upgraded version later. What makes it so good is that the handling is amazing. The 0 to 60 is, the 0 to 60 you can bring it down to 3.3. Is lethal, and once again it is medium clearance, so it's a definite upgrade from the other Camaro we saw. And the Corvette Stingray is low clearance, however it has better grip and better 0 to 60. Not by a big margin, but when it comes to fast circuits and drag races, then this is probably the best Chevy you can get. Or the Lingenfelter. I wish I had this one, but this is a great car too. Great grip. It goes up to about 97 grip, I think. So those are the 4 cars that we're gonna do today, and the next 4 would be Fiat, GMC, Ford, and Honda. So that's going to be exciting. Before I end the video, I just want to show you the Chevys that I have already. This is the 751. I have it maxed out on the grip, but nothing else, because there hasn't been a Chevy event recently. But this is definitely a car I'll be investing in. And here are both my Z28s. I have them both fully maxed out. This one is 3.3 and 94. This one is 3.4 and 96. Fantastic cars. I do love them. And I have 2 Corvette Stingrays as well. But I don't plan to be maxing out that one anytime soon. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you all next time. Thank you very much.